Welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on an application to help you with financial planning for the medium to long term. And lately we've been working on editing. We got editing streams, groups, and scenarios basically working yesterday. There's still some cleanup we want to do on groups and scenarios, and we want to move on to editing person. All right. Now, one thing we noticed along the way was our class, ThePlans, which is the unit test for that. Every test creates a new plans object, like this one. So let's move that up. And the way Swift testing works, it creates a new instance for each test. A test method runs in a separate instance. And if we can create it once, we're just each instance will have its own. So let's do that. Yeah, we could move that up and then delete it. Same thing here. Okay. So these should still pass. Welcome, Mud Shark. I don't know why the editor just sometimes decides not to delete him trailing spaces, but okay. I guess we're still building. Yeah, I see this and I think maybe we should investigate John Reed's method of replacing the main so it doesn't have to bring up the whole app. Just to throw it away and run our unit tests anyway. And I think I've set this variable too. Okay, tests are all good. Let's take a look at that. Setting ID prefer in the active scheme actions environments variables. Okay. Active scheme. Well, I don't know where that would go. Build settings probably. Maybe it's in the project. Active scheme actions environment variables. Okay, let's see if we can find this. Xcode project name, edit scheme. Oh, okay. Set ID prefer. Okay, I appear to have done that. And it appears not to be enough. Tap the run section. Yep. Click plus. Error says put it in, but really put it in arguments passed on launch. Well, I could try it. Well, we got rid of a warning. Okay, I'll take it. It's a test run. And then they'll tell us they took 0.103 seconds. Like that. Oh, did I type run instead of... Never mind. Let's try it this way. Okay, I think it still worked. Good. All right. We make the plans. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, now this one, starting with the name value for creating a group or scenarios. And I probably should have left all those windows open. I think we started at plan view. All right, edit group view, and we plans.rename plan name. Okay, so I think the issue is all we're doing with the child. Well, we don't do anything with the child. We really only need a string. So if we were to pass a string, initial name, oh, and I should have continued this. I did try and summarize our pattern here. We do a create or edit screen. We're passing in the title of the button so we know if it's edit or update or create or whatever. We pass in the action we want to do. If it succeeds, like creating or editing, it takes a closure taking some type T to avoid T is the type of the new object. And then we pass in the starting value for T. So that's what we're trying to do here. And make the caller pass in an empty value for new or an existing value to edit. Okay. Make the caller own the action to put the new edited object where it goes. Yeah, that's part of the action thing. Okay. So let's look at edit stream view. We had to do kind of the same thing. Okay, we just passed in stream. I don't think we need it optional, is my point. Okay. And we want to do initial name. And then name field. Well, now what was child is now initial name, so it's not null. And we want to initialize this with initial name, which also tells me we don't really need it kept around. It's only there to set up the name field. Okay. All right. And then this plan, let's make this, well, I think we could just call it name. Edit the group, which was accounts. But never create. Okay. Yeah, so now we don't need the tree and we don't really need the plan because we're not handling them. We're just using that in the preview. And let's make this name. Okay, and so the caller, a build will show us the caller. Okay, so this is a new, we'll just use an empty string. And then this one is the one that counts. The name is plan.name. Button update. Okay. Shouldn't really affect tests, but we'll run those anyway. So the end result is we're matching that pattern better. We pass in the thing we want to return in our action. He's going to take the name field. Okay. Good. And we'll run and make sure. All right, what do we have here? Okay, we can rename this one. Edit that. Slow. Grouped. Okay, good. Right. Okay, commit that. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I mean, we didn't really quite have this pattern down when we started yesterday, but I think it's the right one to say. I really like the action coming out of this view because then it seems like there are a number of fields that don't need to be present now. The fields that are there are really the ones you're going to edit, and there's enough of an object in that represents the stuff inside, and we initialize off that. So that feels like a good pattern to me. All right. We got the dismiss. Yeah, there's not much there now. All right, let's make sure the preview is good. Well, next thing we're going to do is pull up person. And I don't know if I want to tackle it today, but I don't. The way we have it now, you open up the people screen, and it has a list of people, and if you want to add one, you open another button and you open another screen on top of that. The people list is going to be 2, possibly 3. I mean, maybe in some weird circumstance more, but it's not a very big list. So I think we can probably put the create stuff at the top or bottom on the same page and let you just do it there. Now I hate waiting for this. All right, maybe we'll come back to that. Let's fix the to-do. Okay, edit persons. Is there edit person? No. Create person view. Oh, okay. Yeah, our pattern wants to change this to create. Okay. And that one's all over it. Okay, let's try this one again. All right, so go back to our pattern. We need to pass in the title and pass in the action. Button name. Oh, we already have that there. Oh, come on. Here comes. All right. Good. It doesn't look as nice editing wise, does it? Okay. But I think that's where we are. All right. So I'm going to take this, going to rename it to edit person view to conform to the others. Oh, comes right up today. It's good. Okay. And then we'll pass in button name. And action is going to take, well, I think it's going to take a person. To void. Okay, and so let's find the callers. Button name, create, action. Let's use the trailing stuff. Nothing in nothing, so don't do anything. Okay, I suspect we'll be able to get rid of this people stuff too. All right, now the callers. All right, we haven't moved anything out yet. All right, I think this will build. I guess that's okay. Let's run. Oh, one warning. What's the warning? Unused parameter enclosure to be replaced with nothing. Oh, fine. We'll deal with that. Okay, but people, yeah. So I think we could put the box for that editing down here, but maybe not. It's gonna be a little weird. Like if you just type something, and how do you select which one you're editing? Whereas here we put the button. We'll have it. Okay. So that corresponds to this. Okay, let's move, oops, move the action up. Edit person view. Well, okay, so this stuff, I think we're going to have to get a person coming back. So I think this is going to be our action. All right, so view, the action is people.add person. And we have people, yes. Okay, so now keep going the wrong way. Okay, people.add person. Right, and I just want to call action of person. Now, I'm not quite sure that's the right person we want to create when we edit. Okay, so people view, create person view. All right, let's get person up here. Okay, we got a UUID, name, birth, month, year, and optional death date. Will the overlay view become scrollable if it overflows? I don't know what happens. We've got probably enough different. We've modified so it's calling the action now. So let's run it and we'll try that. But I'm not sure I want to worry too much about people with 128 character names, you know. No repeat key, come on. Okay, yes. All right, and they got born and died. Yeah, we still have this optional issue. Okay, but this is progress. Well, we rename create person view to edit person view. Passed in button name and an action. Now, okay, now I think people, well, it's implicit coming in, but we want to pass in something. And instead of defaulting this, well, actually, I think 2000 would be a better guess for a birth year. Probably 1970 would be a better guess, but all right. But what we're saying we need to do is pass in a person because we need the name and the month born and maybe the death date. We've left that off so far, but we probably should have it. And those are all bundled into a person object. So I believe we've got to have that coming in. Okay, so that's saying everybody should pass in a person. Probably start in the middle is even better. Nil for now. Okay, so an empty person. Oops. In person, does it default? We don't really say. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is birth. This is death. This is extra. Okay. Okay. And somebody should complain. People view, I guess. Missing argument for person. Okay, so this is our default. And, you know, maybe we should just do what we did in the other case, right? We just created a static. No. Okay, he's building. While he's building, let's look, but I see people. I don't see that referenced again. Yep, we can get rid of that. Well, okay, no wonder it didn't run. Now we're not initializing, so that's a little bit weird, but okay, so plus January 2024, we're still getting that one. All right. Let's deal with that. So this is init. Now, person. Well, actually, we might need person. Because person is a struct, right? So we need to make sure we keep the ID on our edit so we get the same entity coming back. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep person around unusually. Person equals dot init wrapped value person. Oh, I don't need to do that. It's not wrapped. Okay. I'm sure one day I'll shock you and put that in when I'm supposed to. Okay. And then, but our state, that does get changed. Okay. So name equals init wrapped value person dot name. Okay, and now we're not touching dates. All right, I think this should bring in the default information. So it'll be an empty name, empty string with June 2000. There we go. Okay. And then the person we're copying back, well, I think he should use the name, the ID of person.id, name, and death should be person.death. Okay, because we don't edit those. But if we're editing somebody, we want to give them the same ID coming back because we want them that way. All right. And again, now this doesn't affect anything for a new because we created a brand new instance there, and it has the ID it got created with. Nobody else is using that ID because it's a unique ID. But we're not doing editing yet. We're just preparatory refactoring, we like to say, or prefactoring, some people say, which is kind of nice. Okay, good. June 2000 and nothing there. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, well, I mean, hopefully a few weeks from now, this will go away with the new Xcode. They bragged enough about it. I want to believe, you know. All right. Now we want to do the editing. Okay, so people view. We have that, but we don't have. We need a button on each one. Okay, showing create view image people. Sorry, where's the? Oh, there we are. Okay, so this has the date, but now we're going to put a spacer, and we're going to put a button just like we used for, well, whichever view that was. Plan view. Yeah. Wait, where's edit? Let's take this one. Okay, so edit person view, sorry, people view gets this button. And then we have a Boolean is something edited, is edit presented. Did I mess that up? Is it presented equals true? Okay, that's okay. That's okay. And now the view is edit person view. View with person button name action. Maybe I want that on. Where's that coming from? That's the H stack. But it's all off of plan. Okay. Make sure I get it right here. Okay. Sheet presented, edit presented, person view. Person is person. Button name is update. And action person in. Okay, that's kind of where we are now. All right, so we should have, each person should have an edit button now. You open them, it brings up the edit person view, but it doesn't actually save yet because we don't do anything in the closure. Okay, people, we got our edit button. Vera, born January 60. Is that right? Good. Okay. But if we try and change it, oh, didn't show the button. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, well, that says add person on this screen. Might have to do a title too. I think we can use button name here. Okay, and then what is the solution or the action? Oh, I'm gonna have some thunder here. Hopefully I don't fade out. Okay, so edit person view. Sorry, I'm getting twisted here. Okay, this is my list of people. My body has each person. And then, okay. Yeah, so I think we've done all the visual stuff now. The problem is this person should change, something should change in people. Okay, and so I think also we don't need people here. So let's take this out and this out. Okay, I'll just do one more quick run here. But I think that gets us everywhere except updating person, so we haven't done that yet. Now, somewhere people view sorts, people. Let's get into people. Okay, so people is our list, and it's the guy that keeps track of what has changed. So we have to go through the person, the people object, just like we went through the plans object. Okay, and so we're going to say, well, that was add a person. I think we want to update. And then how's he getting his list? People.make iterator. Somebody's sorting this list, I thought. But what we want to do, well, let's test it in. Okay, so the people. Replaces person. Do I sort it in the UI? I missed the sort key if I do. Well, that's one person. This is people view. I mean, it's got to be in that for each, right? People person in. I don't think I'm sorting it. Well, we'll find out. Okay. Right. So this replaces person. Okay, I've got people is my list up there. Let's Bob is person. Okay. And then Robert. So we're taking Bob's ID. The name is going to be Robert. And I guess we'll just leave this part unchanged. Okay. So we're going to add people.add. Isn't it add? Yeah. Does person implement equatable? Same ID. Okay. Find ID, this person dot name equals Robert. And we expect people dot was changed. Okay, we don't have a replace method yet. Cannot convert. Nope. Okay. Okay, that should fail. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's probably sorted in there. But I don't know that it is here. So if you're saying death date or this date depends on somebody's birthday, we definitely, I'm pretty sure you're right. We sort it there. Okay. But I'm surprised. Well, yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I could see different, well, it's just such a short list. It doesn't really matter. But, I think alphabetically would be fine. Birth date would be tolerable too. Okay. All right. So this thing failed, presumably where it should have. People was changed. How did that happen? Oh. And this is why you. Okay, so run that again. But this is, I always think of Ted because he's been very consistent and strict about something I know to do, which is make sure your tests are failing the right way, and don't let go if they're not, and don't let go if you don't like the message. Then that means there's probably something else you can do to make things better too. So, all right, now we're failing with gas. All right, so we don't have the right person. We just found Bob because he never got replaced. And people was changed, never got set because we don't do anything. All right, well, the last one's the easy one. People dot was changed. Was changed equals true. All right, and then the replace, well, I really want the index, right? But I don't even care about that. I kind of want to do a remove. Where 0. Okay, so we're taking out Bob, and then we're adding in Robert. Do I want to rely on that? I kind of don't. Or maybe I want to do people to append. I don't know. It's sort of like this. In a sense, it's a duplication. I guess I want to rely on that, don't I? All right, so we will rely on this. Okay. Ship S. Yes. Okay. I guess we added pupil.replace, updated view to accept edits. But no edit action yet. Okay. Let's remedy that. People view. Okay, so here we want to do people.replace with person. Okay, so we edit the person and then we replace the person that comes back. Run. January 62 Vera. Yep. And it updated. All right, now let's add Bob. Sure, Bob. Yeah, not sorted. Okay. Yeah, where should we do that? I don't know. I could see it at append. Well, yeah, I guess maybe it's the operator is the right place. Okay, let's add a test. So I think what I'm going to say is if you ask for the iterator gives it to you in alphabetical order. Okay, so let's change returns nil. Okay. The people returns persons in alphabetical order. Okay, now this is not quite what we want. Okay, so let's add people. Let's add Bob and Carol. And we'll add Carol. Well, no, I think I could just check that right here. If I just check art, and art. And then I can just kind of just do, how do I get list? Array? Okay, we add Bob, we add art. Iterator protocol.element is a person, I think. Right? Because this is a person. Person has a name, don't they? Hmm. Summary protocol element. Thank you so much. All right. Let's print it. Just see what we got. Well, I thought I ran the map on person because the elements should be person. So what I'm hoping is array of people takes the people object and calls the iterator on it to build the array, because array has a sequence constructor, I think. And then that should give me an array of person, and then I should be able to map. There it is. Array, Fiume.person with names. Why are you? I mean, can I thought this was very easy. Make it a reader. List. Okay, let's try list. Is it just foundation? No. Um, oh, that's the view list. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, there's make it here. And it is creates an array containing the elements of a sequence. Some iterator protocol. Why is that some? That's better. Okay. Okay. Now let's try that. Okay, good. All right, so now let's just do people.sorted by oh no, it's back. Why are you here again? Let's check. But everything passed, right? Yep. Okay. This thing. No, it's this thing. It's game. Yep. Still has it. Oh, maybe I had to do. Nope. Funny, I don't get to choose that here. Okay, I guess I can't control it. I was so happy that was gone. But this works. Okay, so list of people is sorted. Okay, run this. And I guess the test I want to do is put something in order, but then change a name in a way that takes it out. Okay, so we got Vera Bob. Oh, that is not sorted. What is happening? Let's find that for each here. Uh-huh. For each people.people. Yep. Being Snoopy. Oh no, you don't like that? People conform to random access collection. Well, I suppose it does. Let's make it happen. Maybe this is not the right place to sort. People does not conform to sequence. Oh, this is more. Let's take that out. And let's make the view do this on array of people. Now you don't conform to sequence. You did before. Okay. Yeah. I just don't know if it will detect it. Let's make sure it works and then we'll peel it back. Okay. What's funny, like he's saying people.people, so he's going into the representation and trusting that that array is right. Okay, so that does work. So, well, that's sort of, this is sort of doing that. But I don't know if sorted. Let's try people sorted. Not sure this is better. It is more explicit. Yeah. All right, now let's use this. Okay, so Vera is listed first, then Bob. So the data underneath is not changing. Let's add one and make sure that doesn't screw anything up. I guess we can fit Charlie in there. Yeah, let's make it Carla. Okay. And then this should be different now. Carla's there. Yep. Okay. I think your request is, or suggestion, add sorted method to people. Okay, yeah, that's, yeah, I like that. So what's it returning? Array of person? Let's get this. And this is almost good. If it loads properly, then it's probably correct. Because it's iterating over sorted, and the array is definitely maintained in non-sorted order. Okay, good. All right, so we have, well, we added sorted. I guess that's really it. No, I think our test is something we probably should be testing sorted. Still building. Oh, we should find that picker. Oh, apparently we weren't. No. Yeah, this looks like the only one doing person. And this already is out of order. I don't know if it cares about case. I don't think there's any harm in it. So we'd like it to be Annie Bob Gill, but it's probably coming out Bob Annie Gill. All right. Let's see. So I think, hate to go off there. All right, but we'll do the spell checking just to kind of catch that up, and then pools. So pools are just either assets or liabilities. Like I've got my 401k and I've got my mortgage. One's an income or an asset, one's a liability. Normally, well, at some point, we have that written down very well. Let's call it growth. If it's your 401k, usually you expect, I don't know, 5% return, 7% return, something like that. And we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to get the amount in there so you can just do a raw thing. But I do want to add growth and inflation at some point. So inflation makes expenses grow, growth makes assets grow, I guess. Okay, how we doing here, bud? I guess I can do that while I learn how to turn off spelling in Field Swift UI. Disable autocorrection true. Okay, that's easy enough. On the field. Here we go. All right, yeah, wrong order. Okay, so let's make this selector picker for each people dot sorted. I don't think we actually have to say ID because we are identifiable. Annie Bobgill. Okay. Okay, and then let's look for text field. Okay, name. This is edit group. Yeah, I don't want text correction on this. Mostly I don't want it because I think, like I was naming things SS and stuff like that. I think, those names are going to be common enough. And I don't think the text field editing is, I think it's more distracting than helpful. I mean, you're typing your own name or your spouse's name, you know them. Scenario name, same thing. Stream, yeah. This is numeric, okay. Required text field. I'm going to say that is also disabled. Okay. Okay, so enter a new stream. Hey, you're supposed to be off. Well, that's a good theory, but is that what's doing it? Can I say spell checking? Well, that's this one. Disable autocorrection true, okay. Maybe you just don't have that option. I did say true here, yeah. Okay. Well, maybe this is required there, but defaults to on. I don't know. We're giving our best advice, I think. Custom text field. That's UIKit. I don't want to do UIKit. I did say Swift UI. Okay. Well, I think we've done what you can do. All these things, you're giving it advice and you can't really control it. Unfortunately. Okay. Well, I guess we'll say we marked them, but it doesn't appear to work. I suspect if we were able to run this on Mac, we'd find like it works there. Okay. All right. So, well, let's describe that. I guess that's editing too. All right. So pools, I think they're just going to have name and amount. They could have a start date. Yeah. Start and end date, let's say. Okay, so, well, I know somebody that's moderately well off, and they set up something so a quantity transfers to their child when they turn 25, I think it is, or something. And so that has an end date for the probably trust, I guess, and a start date for the person. So yeah, we can have liabilities that do that. I guess I could take a balloon payment kind of thing on a mortgage and say, or a car loan, 12 months free, no interest, and then it kicks in, kind of thing. So it makes sense to have these. Okay, so all right, well, we're close enough to our break. Let's take a break before we dive into that, and yeah, 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll give it a go. Welcome back. All right, disable the spell checker for autocorrect. Oh, maybe. Let's try text field. It's probably more of a generic thing, isn't it? Maybe this will tell us. Deprecated, deprecated, deprecated. Okay. Oh, well, it's nice to know you can put it in up top, but all right. Mac OS, okay. UI kit, okay. I know I've seen something about this. Okay, he's where we are. Well, no. That's not an answer. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it on UIKit. It's funny, he seems to think that'll work. I know I've seen something about spell checking somewhere too. Um, well, oh my gosh. What's one-time code? What's that? Well, I think we don't want that property, but maybe the rest. Keyboard type alphabet. Well, that seems redundant. Okay, keyboard type alphabet. The other thing is, I know you can change. I think you can put these at the top level, right? Fiume. Like if I put this here, is it going to be? I mean, once again, it sounds. It's like that bug we have with the disabled, um, or choosing the button type plane to get rid of some weird double click thing. It feels. Okay, what went on there? It feels like a bug we're working around. Has no member keyboard type. Okay. But he has that, huh? Are you going to hate that too? No member autocorrection disabled. Okay, guess I'm doing that wrong. Oh, he's not a view. Maybe this is. Well, we got this little guy going, but I think you got it. Thank you. Okay. So let's pull these other ones out because I'm definitely keeping this here. Hmm. Well, that one doesn't have it, but that's okay. Yeah, once again, this just feels very arbitrary. But one time code is more like a password. Like I think maybe you can copy it once or twice, or maybe it's within 10 seconds or something. But okay, let's make sure. Good. Those are both the same. Let's try people. Okay. That amuses me. Okay, good. Yeah, it just seems very arbitrary. Like, if I want you to spell check it, I don't care whether I type it with alphabetic, alphanumeric, whatever. Like, come on. Okay. Now, I may hate this alphabet thing. We'll see. Well, that's a good question. Can I? Oh, I'm not getting that keyboard. Let's try this. Show keyboard. I still can get numbers. Okay. Yeah, that's what I care about. Okay. Good enough. Okay, so back to pool, or on to pool. Okay, so pools are piles of money, name amount. I guess we're going to do like asset liability. So if you know if it's positive or negative, start and end date. So this is practically the same as stream. Is it? I think this is a case of kind of accidental duplication, though. I don't really want to tie them together. But they're going to be very similar. Name monthly amount. Okay, monthly amount's different. This could be amount, but I think they are just flat out different things. Okay. So as of right now, I mean, a pool is just a data bag as far as I'm concerned, meaning there's no behavior, it's just got a bunch of fields. Okay, so let's explore what we have to do to get it created in the UI, add it in, and then see what happens. The other thing is it's going to change plans, and that's going to change persistence. But I think if we look at plan, we have stream is optional. We can make pool optional as well. And so that is probably okay. Let's just change plan type for starters. Okay, and pool. Now, I think I want to. No, I don't think they have to be the same. I mean, I'm not sure that the date is the most critical thing, and maybe we should just leave it out. But no, I think it comes in. Like, say you want to, these problems I don't have, but say you've got a very rich uncle who's gonna give you $50,000 when he dies, moderately rich uncle, I guess, and you're just gonna simulate what if Uncle Charlie died in 2035, and then I would get $50,000, and I would have $50,000, or you could be, I have this money set aside for my kids' education, and they're going to be done with their education by 2030, and so I expect that the end date on this pool, it will disappear by then. I may not want to break out, withdrawing from a quarter or an eighth or whatever each year or something like that. So there is some notion of the start date, but mostly it's sitting there. And if you leave off start and end date, right, then they it's just a pool, right? And if you haven't done anything to draw from it, um, it just sits there. Now, I mean, this is where I think, well, there's more things. Okay, so I don't know where I put these things. I guess I'm calling them flows. Have definitely had the idea, like an investment portfolio. I can set some estimated growth rate, and so if it's $100 this month and a 7% growth rate, it's 107 next month and 114 next month. If it's 7% a month, that's a lie. Um, but that'll be the growth curve. And then at age 67, I'm going to start withdrawing from it 4% a year. Okay. And so that flow is going to have to kind of come in, but the pool itself is the starting point. If I just want to say, what's my net worth? If I don't do anything, if I don't need to spend my money, what happens? Um, so it's incomplete without kind of growth, inflation, and flows, um, in or outflows. Okay, this is part of that. Asset liability. Okay. But yeah, and so like you could think of a mortgage, right? I don't know what mortgage rates are these days. They were at 7% at some point recently. So, you have your, I don't know, whatever $1,000 mortgage, and have a flow that you're paying it off, $1,500 a month, and yet it's growing by 7% a year. Okay. Um, yeah. So, but I mean, if we left off start and end dates, I don't think it's that dramatic of a thing. I don't think it's that, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just focused on my own situation, but I just don't have anybody prepared to plot me enough money to matter at any given point in time, um, in the form of a pool of money. I can imagine at some point you sell your house or something and decide, we're going to sell our second home. Okay, again, I don't have this problem, but okay. But I think the pool is the starting point, and then flows really come in. Both all three of these together, they sort of are changes, and I see a flow as being my my maybe my retirement account's I'm gonna designate an account to pay for XYZ. And so my retirement account, I might say, will pay my mortgage X dollars per month, but it's also growing, X dollars per year. And that's, hopefully keeps it long enough to do all that. Okay. But yeah, let's just start in. I've modified plan to say you can put a pool in there. Let's go back to the push D. More plans. Oh, we were running on a different thing now. Um, go back to the top. Okay, so plans. Is it, there's and. Okay, we're using text for that. I don't know what plans we have on this thing. defaulted. Okay, where's that? Name defaulted stream. Okay. Yeah, his type is stream. Okay. I guess I can do JQ dot. Type stream colon nothing. I don't know why they do that, but it's using the name and not the number. I guess that's the real thing I was after. Okay, so what this should do is anybody who does a case switch statement over these keys is going to get notified. Okay, so scenarios is affected. Okay. I may not want to do this first. Let's take stream view. I think it's coming from plan view, right? And this is switching plan.type. Okay, I guess I will have to do this. Okay, so plan type is pool. Okay. Stream plan view. Okay, it's going to say case.pool. Pool view. Sounds fun. Okay. And we'll add pool view. Well, and yeah, so I think in pool, what's going to happen is in the scenario we go through and we're getting your net worth. So we're saying, how much do you have in assets this month? And the pool would just be, I've got this pile of money that adds on to my monthly income. Okay, so I think that'll be okay. All right. Let's just do the minimum for now. We'll just start with scenarios. And again, one of these things I don't like to use very much, but. And the good thing about the types is it forces you to explicitly say what happens in each case, So let's see if we have any more. Plan view. Yeah, so a stream is money that's coming to you or going away from you at a fixed rate. Well, the way we're doing it now, at least it's a fixed rate. So think of your mortgage payment, your food budget. Those are streams going out. Your salary comes in, and maybe you have, I don't know, savings bonds that pay you off so much every month or something. So they are kind of transitory, where the pool is more like I've got a pile of money. And so, I mean, if you think you've got, well, let's say you've got $1 million in the bank in your 401k, and you've got a salary of $10,000 and expenses of $9,000, and then you also have savings in the bank that's zero to start with. Well, you're making $1,000 extra every month. Theoretically, your savings is going to go up. If we had flows, we'd be able to say excess money goes to savings. Okay, but the pool is really just a pile of money. It's like a pond, or yeah, I don't know what else would you say, a pond or something, a lake. It's just sitting there, quiescent, where the stream is like a tap in the lake. It's coming from somewhere. Now, so far, all we've done is, well, I guess it's up to you how much you do, but we've said there's income streams and outcome streams, but we don't really say what happens if your income stream doesn't is insufficient for your outflow. Okay, so like you're semi-retired, you're making some salary, but you're not making enough to cover your expenses, and so you're drawing early retirement or something. Okay, all right, looks like everybody's happy so far. Nobody wants a pool yet, so that's okay. Okay. Yeah, we haven't broken things yet. All right, now we don't have a way to create a pool. Okay, so I think we know enough to create that object. Name amount, and then we can tell if it's an asset or liability. Okay. I don't think I don't think I have anything driving me to create it in a way, which is weird. But what's going to happen is we're going to do the add pool stream or add pool view, and it's going to want to, like this view should have pool on the list. All right, so it's weird to me to just create a class, but I'm gonna do it. All right, so new file. Live on the wild side. Okay, pool is part of the model, and at least now we don't need that. We just have, well, it's going to be very like a stream. It's going to be a struct. It probably has to be these two things. Okay, so let's start here. And then it's so similar, I think we can just steal all this. For starters, name, and this is just amount. Dates back, okay. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to make this screen support pool. And plan view, okay. Huh. This seems redundant to what we're doing. But combining them is, well, I don't know. It's sure related. Where's my types? Okay, so I'm going to take a side voyage and I'm going to make these things be what we use here because I think they are inherently the same. Okay, so now I have never. Okay. I guess they're identifiable. Okay, so we got these three characteristics on plan. String, case suitable. Okay, can I use those? That seems good. Okay, so let's call this pool. Stream we'll call stream. And we'll call, what do we call over here? Group. I don't know if this is a good plan. Group and or will be scenarios. Now, what's not clear to me is if it's codable, which name is going to get used, the string name or the language name? Okay, so I'm going to do this and it's going to bust my input. And if it does, I'm going to rename them and get rid of this. We busted the input the file persistence last week, but maybe this would be worth it. Get rid of a type and simplify things. And maybe this group language should belong in our rest of our stuff anyway. Okay, I'm going to run with this. Yep, empty. Okay, we're breaking it. All right, so I'm going to take these out. Now, why are we using these here? This is the names. Case iterable. Okay, so we can go through the list. All right. I guess I'm kind of willing to break them, but I want to get the right name. Do these names make more sense? This is what we call a group. This is what we call scenarios. I think those are better names. And or is good because if you're a programmer, you think of and or trees, but lots of people don't think about the and or trees. Okay, so let's rename this to group since we're breaking IO anyway. Group. And this is scenarios. Okay. Now, add plan view. Now, what's the deal with add type, right? His type is this thing. Okay, so I'm going to try and change him to plan type. Okay, first we're going to try and make it the same as we have. Okay, then I'm going to hide this. Okay, so now I'm getting that screen. All right, that seems very localized, so I think that's a good move. Yeah, those are the tabs. And they're, when you hit this, you've got these tabs. I don't know how I got it. Do we uppercase them somewhere? Raw value capitalized. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now if I run this like this, I'll change this name afterwards. We should see that first tab pool with nothing in it, TBD. Okay, plus pool. Okay. All right, so let's rename this. Type pool, he's still TBD, but I want pool to be the start. Okay. Good. All right. And plus. Yes, I think that's going to be good. All right. So merge. Make group. Okay, we're going to have to change some more names. Just to kind of complete the thought. Okay. Okay. Really? Can you rename? Sorry. Gonna have to reboot this thing. Now, I seem to think this was on too. Okay, I think that's off. Excuse me. Come on. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay. Okay, let that do its thing. Okay, plan view. Are these the one-line views? Stream view. Yes, I think. Yes, I know you failed. You worked earlier. Okay, so rename and to group and or to scenarios throughout. Good. Okay, so plan view has pool view. Well, this one's kind of inaccurate and useless. Plan leaf view is really just stream view. With plan, $plan. I guess I thought more was going to happen there. Not pulling his weight. All right. Okay, so I think, well, we got 15 minutes. I'm not sure if we, I guess there's no point displaying anything if we can't create it. So it's really this one. Okay, so we want to edit pool view. I don't think we have one. Nope. Okay. Well, he probably should be more than that. He's gonna need a pool. Okay, and then this is return. Let's assume the new one in. I don't think I have to do that. Okay. Eric, welcome. We're almost done, but we finished editing people today. We had some little tweaks to do on some of the others, but we mostly finished editing people. And we're moving on to the idea of a pool. So this is a pool of money or a pool of debt, an asset or a liability. And think of your retirement account or a mortgage, my big examples. All right. And so we're creating the views and stuff to create a pool of money. And I think we should at least have a little screen that, okay, yeah. So we're passing in an empty one. And I guess we'll want an action on this too. Okay. Not doing anything so far. And that's just, we know we're going to need that. All right. So I guess now we want to do this analogously to stream view. Like so analogously, I'm going to copy, even though I don't think, well, some of these things are going to mean different things. So we'll see what we have to do, but I'll just bulk copy for now. Sorry. Okay, so this body goes away. These things go up. Binding. Plan to plan. I don't think we need a binding for this. Is edit presented? This is the TBD part. Or have I copied in the wrong thing? I have. Sorry. Okay. Well, I don't want to get too tied up at the end of the day here. I mean, is this so close that we just don't even... Is income... Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah, start over, take it slow. That's the right way. Thank you. Um, all right. I think, well, we know we need this. We'll know we'll need button name. Okay, we already will have some people who should include it. This is create. Okay. Yeah, it's very similar, and I just don't know if that's, it's like how much is that accidental similarity and how much is that a true, just all these assets have that kind of characteristic, but it's not a monthly amount for sure, right? Although if you ask it in any given month, what's your amount, he can answer it. So in that sense, he has one. Um, all right. Well, these things are probably okay. And they are the contents of the view is these flags and values. Okay. Um, yeah, sleep on it's good. All right. Yeah, we'll stop here. All right, so we made a bit of a dent in pools. We've got the basic pool class. We know we need an edit pool screen to let you create one. Once we have that, we know we'll need a pool view screen to let you look at it. And once you can do that, then we have to work it into scenarios and what's the effect on all those graph calculations. All right, but I'm happy to be starting something a little different, and we'll pick up there tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 Eastern Time or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And I just want to say at this point, I'm going to be off next week. I'm not sure if I'll be here Monday or not, but I definitely won't be here Tuesday. So Just a fair warning. Another trip. All right. Thanks. Good night.